Hello everybody, welcome to an academy, welcome to the Createx channel guys. So very good afternoon all of you. So let's start the session. This session is on stack operation. Okay, so because you can see the stack operation is very important in microprocessor computer organization. If you want to understand that stack operation in your processor, what is the use of it, why, what is the utility, different types of the stack operation, what are the keywords in the stack operation, all those things we'll be discussing. It is common in any single microprocessor, not only for 8085 or something. So we'll be discussing that guys. So let's start. So this is Bhima Shankar. I did my MTech from IIT Kharagpur. I have around 10 years of teaching experience in GATE and ESC throughout the country. I am expertise with the subjects of digital circuits, network analysis and microprocessors. So let's start. So before going to the session, let me explain about an Academy Plus subscription guys. If you want to go for an Academy Plus subscription, you will have multiple advantages like daily live classes, structured schedule, well experienced faculty. For a single subject, every single subject you have multiple educators, all top educators of the country is available in an Academy platform with lowest possible fee. Okay, once you take the subscription, you can access any class of your choice. All the classes of an academy are available for your subscription. No need to pay extra for any single batch. Multiple batches are there. Regular doubt clearing sessions you will be having. You will be having exams, everything under a single platform with one-to-one learning experience where your doubts are also cleared in a personalized way. So if you want to go for another advantage, that is iconic subscription, you will be getting personalized digital coach who will take care of you. He will be providing your what we call interactive sessions, guidance, and whatever strategy sessions he will be providing you, and also your coach will be helping you by taking the feedback based on your performance on the exams, where you are wrong, what to do, what not to do, everything will be provided. Okay, so these are the advantages of an Academy Plus subscription. Yes, these many advantages compared to your YouTube classes you will be getting there, right? So let's start. Stack operations. So before going to the stack operations, what is stack? What is the use of stack operation? Okay, all these things we'll be discussing. Okay, everybody when they say stack, LIFO, last in first out, they will say. Okay, but why last in first out? What is the reason for last in first out? Okay, all these things we'll be discussing. Why it is called last in first out? Everything we'll discuss now. So stack operations in microprocessors. Okay. So पहले why stack? What is the need of the stack? Okay, so let's go for general examples here. You can see here, this is an example. I have also an example for you guys. So you can see this is a Oreo biscuit packet, right? Okay, so you want to take a biscuit from this. Okay, assume this is sealed. Only this side you have the access. Okay, you want to open this. Yeah, it is possible. You can take only from one side, right? So when you are packing, for example, you are packing one by one. Whatever enters last, that you can take first. Okay, so this is possible in this. That is, you can access whatever you want to take the content from only one side. Okay, what is the relation between this and stack? What is the relation between this and computer? Will come, but first you understand here the restriction is you can take the whatever the content of this, you can insert from one side and take from one side only. That is the first restriction, and whoever enters last will come first. If you are accessing from the same side, whoever enters last will come first. This is what we call a perfect example of stack. Okay, so just I have seen this biscuit packet in my room, so I can say this is the best example, so that's why I have taken this. So you can enter it or you can take it from the only one side, right? Let's move. Okay, so now come here. So come to, you can see all these examples. Say you have a coins, you can have a trays or boxes, your dress. You can see this is the best example. You always try to pull this down out, okay, which will disturb the total stack. Okay, so the books you may open it or not. So you want to access. Ideally, all these cases you need to access the data from the top. Whatever you keep at the last, you should be able to access first. Okay, these are real-time examples of the stacks. Okay, this is the best example. You might have played so many times this your tennis, or you may be using it for your cricket also. So this is the box, you are having the balls. You need to take the ball from only one side. You have the access from only one side. You can insert from here or you can take it from here. This is also an example of your stack. Okay. So let's have one real-time example for understanding how this stack operation is important for a computer. For computer also this stack operation is important. How it is important, let's understand. Suppose you are reading a book. Suddenly, one of your friend came. He asked you to go out. Okay. Or suppose your brother came, your younger brother came to you. He asked you, please help me, I have some doubt. Ideally, you may not help it, that is a different case, but what is practical happens. So, generally, what you do is you will go from here, you will be helping your brother. Say, you may be in the textbook, from here you went now, so you want to come back from here only. To save the time, here you fold the page or mark the page number 230. Okay. So you went to brother, you are helping your brother. So brother is having doubts in maths, you are helping, you are expert in maths, you are helping him. So while doing this, your mother called you, please go to market. Okay, because then you stop your doubt, you may complete the chapter 1. Before starting the chapter 2, you stop it here. Mother asked you, so you went to shop. Okay, you are doing some job. Maybe here your friend came. Okay, he asked you to do something. You want you to chart or something. Okay, so then you go to friend. You will complete this job. Okay, once your job is done, you should go back, complete your job done by your mother. Given by your mother, then go to home, help your friend brother in your homework, then go back to the page and complete your page. Okay, this is practical. Ideally, you may leave the book. Okay, you may go with your friend away. That is a different case. Okay, so come here now. My friend job is completed. So I should go back here. Okay, my memory is good. I remember what is the work I am doing. I will complete my work and I will go here. I will help my brother. I'll complete the total, I'll go there and I'll resume my work. This is what happens. Okay, fine. So, how, suppose this kind of job is done, then you need to mark the page here, otherwise you should waste your time reading the book from the starting. So, here I need one kind of box where I will store this page number 232. Then second time when I am doing this job, chapter 1, I should mark. From here, I went to here now, some grocery store. Okay. And from here, your friend job you are doing. So once this is how you are going. When return back, when you are returning back, first friend is completed, then store, then chapter 1, then you go back to the page. So here, in this case, when you are moving from one work to another work, you need to store from where you are moving so that I can access back the same again. So for that, I need one kind of box or basket which will store this in a order of, okay, this, and but return it will access in a reverse order. That is what we call LIF or FIL. Last input will be out first, or first input will be last. Okay, first input, last output, or last input, first output is the how you are accessing the things in this case. So this kind of situation can occur for your computer also. So let's take that example. Okay, so in the computer, the computer is performing one task. Suddenly some alarm rings. The system will move from one task to another task. Okay. While moving from here to here, your system should store the current address of the processor. That is where it is doing this job. From where we generally call in a microprocessor language, we call it as a program counter. Okay. So this address one is to be stored. Then it is doing this task. Here it will save the, while doing this, it got some interrupt. Sudden power emergency is there. power supply failure has happened, you need to respond, save the data immediately, that kind of interrupt has occurred. So it will go to that particular desk, it will complete this, go back to this, complete this, go back to this, and complete the job. In this case, it should store the address while coming from here. Why to store the address? Because when it should return back, the computer don't have any memory if you don't save it. So it will save this value and come out. It will save this value and come out. While returning back, it can understand I should go to this. After this, while returning back here, I will write some instruction to return. Job is done, you go back. So it will be coming to this one. That is what we call here. It is happening in push is happening in this way. This is how pop is happening. These are the technical words to write and read the data from the stack. So there is a necessity in applications like this, and when you need to make a recursive loops, factorial kind of programs, 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, when you call the same function within itself, okay, to implement these kind of things, there is a structure which is required. That can access the data in the form of last input, first output. So whatever entered last should be taken first. So there is a need for this under different applications for your computer, right? Now you can understand here the need of the stack. Okay, so why stack is clear for you. Examples of the stack clear for you, right? What is the need for stack, you understand, I hope, right? So in the real-time example you can take, or a computer you can take. So right, so now you can understand what is a stack. What is a stack? Stack is some kind of memory, okay, which can have the access the data in the format of last input, first output. You can give the data from one end and take the data also from one end only, like this. Okay, I told already now. You can take the biscuit from here or enter the biscuit from here. Okay, from only one end there is a access. Okay, same way you can give the data from one side and you can take the data from the same side. That is what we call stack. Okay, in stack you want to write, it is given by the name push operation. You want to read the data, it is given by pop operation, and there is another called stack pointer. Okay, which will be pointing the top of the stack. What is the need of stack pointer? We will understand now one by one. Okay, first we understand what is the meaning of the stack. Then now we will understand how to implement this stack or how this is happening in your computer. So these are the things which will help you in your computer, right? So see here, this is the example of the stack operation. You can see insertion and deletion of the data can happen from only one end. Okay, so it can push the data or it can retrieve the data from only one side. You can push the stack, it will grow. You can read the data, it will reduce. Okay, so insertion, when you give the data, it will add some data to the stack memory. When you read, it will remove the data from the memory. That is the need here. Okay, that's why last input, first output. I hope you understand. Right, you can see push operation, how it will happen. Okay, so here first you enter some data. Okay, like this 1 2 3 4, then you enter one more thing, you will be okay. So always there will be one pointer which will point the top of the stack, because you need to access the data from only one particular position, one particular location, one side you can access the data from one side only. So here you should know where is the, suppose you want to enter the data here, I should keep the data on the top here. So to understand for computer point of view, for processor point of view, how the processor knows it should keep the data here, that is directed with the help of a pointer called top. We call this in our microprocessor as stack pointer. So stack pointer is pointing to the top of the stack. What the stack pointer will do? It points the top of the stack. Stack pointer will point the top of the stack. Okay, so you can grow the data structure in this way, 1 2 3 4 5 and so on up to the, so top will be auto incremented. Okay, so you write the data, you keep some data number here, some x y z like that, then top will be moved to the next location. That is, it will show that you need to store the value here. Okay, suppose it is like this. You want to write 5 here. First you should increment this top, okay, and at the top location write the number. Simple thing, okay. Similarly, when you write the pop, see here it is already loading like that. So what we need to do is retrieve the data from here, then decrease the top. Okay, you understand here how it is accessing from the same. Suppose it is at 4 location. I want to write something in the 5th location. What I will do is, so first I will increment the top, write the data. Increment the top, write the data. When you are reading, what you need to do is just read the data and decrement it. Okay, that is what you need to follow. When you write, it is called push operation. When you read, it is called as pop operation. You can see with this example also. So this is how initially you have a number 1. When you push, 2 will come, push 3, push 4, push 5. Like that I have loaded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you read, you can access from the same side. 5 is taken first, 4 is taken first, 3 is taken, 2 is taken, and 1 is taken. It will become an empty stack. Okay. So stack can be having a fixed size memory. We can say when the total memory is filled, the stack is overflow, or stack is full, you can show, or stack is empty. Suppose if the empty stack is to be read, it can give you error. That is a data structure part algorithms, you can write that. Okay. So yes, stack will grow like this, or stack will decrease like this. Right. So in 8085 or 8086 are different microprocessors you are having. How this stack is implemented is, I told you, a dedicated memory is dedicated memory portion is dedicated for memory address portion is dedicated for this stack operations. In that stack operations will be taken care by a pointer called stack pointer. What is the job of stack pointer is to point the top of the stack. Okay. In that different cases are there. Okay. For example, okay, you have a push operation. It can happen in different ways. Okay. So if you take address, first location, second location, third. I am not taking 0. You want, you can take 0 also, nothing. Okay. So here what we will do is the stack pointer will be pointing this. Okay. If I say push X, what happens is, these are the address locations, guys, you should understand. Okay, push X, then X will be loaded to the pointing location of the stack pointer, then stack pointer will be moved to next location. Here we can say then push Y. So already X is there now, Y will be there and stack pointer. So here what it is doing is whenever you say push operation, okay, it is, I am not saying this for 8085 processor, guys, don't misconcept, it is one way to implement it. Okay, so first what it will do is the contents of the stack pointer location is copied with, suppose if I say push X, some X, okay, or push data I say, just a minute. I say some push data, this data will be copied into the stack pointer, then stack pointer will be incremented by 1. It is called, what is called here, this condition is post increment. What is the post increment means? First write, then increment. First you can write it, then increment. Okay, then here what happens is the stack always, here in this case, in this way, stack always, okay, points to filled empty location. Here stack points to okay, just a minute. Stack pointer points to first empty location. Here what we did, just a minute, I think we showed a different way. Yeah, empty location, we fill it and move it, we fill it and move it, right? Correct. So stack pointer is pointing to a empty location, we just fill the data and increment, we just fill the data, increment. So every time you say push, we just fill the data and increment. First step is fill the data, then increment it. Okay, this is push operation. So for this case, what will be pop operation corresponding to this? That is, here suppose already x and y are there at the, so this is the push operation, one kind of push. Okay, here your stack pointer is pointing to the empty location. Whenever you write some data, first it will write, then it will increment. It is called as post increment. It is not there in 8085 or 8086. I am saying it is one kind of what we call push operation. So we can have another kind of push operation. Okay, for this particular push operation, let me have some corresponding pop operation. So pop operation. Okay, so here, so if you say push x, some data x, whatever it is there, it will be loaded. So if you see here x and y, and this is the top. Whenever you say pop a, in this case, what are the steps it will take is, first it will decrement the stack pointer with the top minus 1. Then what happens is your a will be copied with the top location contiguous. So this is a one particular structure. Whatever you do, the same in the reverse order you should do. Here what we have done is, first we write the data, then we have incremented. First we write the data, then we have incremented. These are the steps. Here we should do it in the reverse. First you decrement, then read the data. Okay, so if you say pop a, then what happens is your stack will be decremented like this. Okay, this is for the first instruction. In the second instruction, suppose if I say pop b, here also same thing, top is decremented by 1 and your b will be copied with the contents of the top. So top will be decremented by 1. So earlier it is at x and now it will move to, sorry, earlier it is at y, now it will move to x. So your b will be copied with y, a will be copied with the content x. Okay, so this is how it is working. Right, I hope you understand. 2 times push and 2 times pop. If you do, the processor or whatever the stack pointer will return to the same location again. So this is one kind of push and pop operation. Now I can show you another way also, where here the stack pointer already, okay, earlier what we have seen, stack pointer points to the empty location, first it will store, then increment. But here stack pointer points to, okay, filled location, not empty location. The stack pointer points to a filled location here. Then what happens is, suppose if I say push some data, here what happens is, first it will increment the stack and then it will copy the contents of the stack with the given data. Here what we call pre-increment. So you can see the previous case is post increment, and here what we call post increment should be compensated with the pre-decrement. If it is a post increment in the push, it should be pre-decrement in the pop. Okay, so come here. Okay, if you say push data, so what happens is, here first the processor, if you say push x, okay, it is already having some data, so stack pointer will be moving to this location, then it will store the x. Okay, Then if you say push y, also same thing. First stack pointer will be incremented, then storing. Okay. So what is the counterpart for this? What will be the counterpart for this is see here. What is the pop operation? So depending on the data structure you have implemented in your processor, what is the syntax you are following, accordingly your push and pop will be there. So here what will be your pop? Here, say for example, see already I have this some random where content. Okay, so this is my SP. Just a minute. Okay, fine. So this is my SP already existing like this. Okay, here what we do is first here your SP is like this. If you say pop A, then what happens is first your A will be loaded with contents of SP, then your SP will be decremented by 1. This is called post decrement. So first case it is, please see your push operation. If the push operation is post increment, pop operation must be pre decrement. If the push operation is pre increment, then pop operation must be post decrement. Then what a post decrement means what? First copy data, then decrement the stack pointer. Stack pointer is pointing to the top of the stack. Okay guys, so if I say pop A here, what happens is first whatever you are having here, this will be copied to A. Okay. Yes. Okay, fine. So A will be copied with X and your SP will be moving into this. Yeah. Right. So in this case, your stack addresses are in the mode of incrementation 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, there is another way. Instead of going from low to high, that is lower address to higher address, you can go from higher address to lower address also. In this case, suppose you are at the F location, E location, then it is hexadecimal I am writing. If you want, you will be confused, let me have decimal location. This is a 10, 9, 8, 7, like this. Okay guys, so now see here carefully. So in this case also two types. Your SP is like this, okay, but here it is growing in a different order. That is, it is growing from higher address to lower address. It is the same way, whatever we discussed in the last two cases. It can be post increment or pre increment, doesn't matter. Here also it is possible, but here the addresses we are accessing will be from higher number to lower number. In this case, if I say push X, what happens it will do is first it will content of the stack pointer will be copied with X, then SP will be decremented by 1. Okay. Similarly here, okay, if you are having like this, then what happens is, if I say pop X, then first what it will do is pop A. Okay, your A will be copied with the first one. It will do SP will be incremented by 1, then A will be copied with the SP. Okay, so the SP will move to this location. Okay, you understand here, it is just a counterpart. Okay, whatever you do in the push, exact reverse is to be done in the pop operation. The address can be incrementing or decrementing, doesn't matter, it is just a matter of syntax. But what you need to understand here, if it is a pre-increment, it should be post-decrement and vice versa. For example, here, the example I have taken, it is post-decrement. To counter this, it should be pre-increment. So the last model which is possible is given in 8085 processor which we are using right now is like this. In 8085 processor, or what is the format it is following is like this. Okay. Here you will be having some data already, that is stack will be pointing to some filled location already. So whenever you say push X, first it will decrement, then what it will do is first it will decrement, then your content of SP is copied with the X. Okay, so this is what happens. Stack pointer will be always pointing to a filled location, but here it is going the address in 10, 9 like the decrement way. Okay, so you can understand the difference here. Here it will store the data in X itself, here it will store the data in the next location. Okay, so in this case how your pop will be? Suppose if it is the condition, if I say pop A, first it will retrieve the data with contents of the memory location of SP, then your SP will be incremented by that is here it is post increment, this is pre-decrement. Always if one is pre-decree, other will be post increment and vice versa guys. So you can see in 85 processor it will take 2 at a time, it will be SP minus 2 and SP plus 2. So we are not specifically discussing about any particular processor. These are the general push and pop operation structures you can implement according to your convenience. You can follow any one of these following syntax. So it can grow from 0 lower address to higher address or higher to lower. Accordingly you should make the modifications in your stack design. Okay. So I hope this helps you to understand the operation of the push and pop, and I hope you also understand what is the need for push and pop operation, right? So why we need push and pop operations in your day-to-day life or in your microprocessor to handle some interrupt structures or recursive programs, etc. You can take the help of your stack operation. For stack operations, what are the keywords? Push operation, stack pointer, whatever the top, okay, all those things we have discussed, right? So that's all guys. So these are the fee structures for your Unacademy Plus subscription for 12 months, 18 months and 24 months. If you want, you can take for Plus and Iconic. You can use my code, you will be getting 10% discount. That will give you connection with me also for best possible classes of Total Gate and ESC for me and my total team. Okay. Thank you.